We're back. This is ThreatWire. In March 2024, we covered a story about how the cyber trust mark was being made official. Originally proposed in 2022, the cyber trust mark was a proposed initiative by the Biden administration to create a system for IoT-enabled devices to acknowledge that they met a certain level of cybersecurity. More information about the cyber trust mark is now officially live, and companies are able to start to prepare their products for applications. The program is overseen by the U.S. Federal Communications Commission. It will be administered by 11 different companies, with UL Solutions as the lead administrator. Makers of wireless consumer Internet of Things IoT devices will be able to submit their products for a security compliance review at an accredited laboratory. The product testing also includes the requirement to meet NIST-defined testing criteria, including supply chain requirements, lifecycle policies, and more. The actual mark will come in a variation of colors and will be displayed on the device along with a QR code that can be used to quickly look up important security information about the exact product. While most IoT items will be eligible, things like FDA-regulated medical devices, wired devices, motor vehicles, and products from companies on lists regarding national security will not be eligible. In a statement, the White House says it was inspired by the work of the Energy Star program. For context, the Energy Star program was started in the early 90s as a way to encourage smart decisions around energy consumption. It is estimated that since its launch in 1992 to 2017, the Energy Star label has reduced various energy bills by over $430 billion. It is planned that major IoT retailers will begin to highlight Cyber Trust Mark label devices in their stores as a way to encourage consumers to shop cyber smart. Tencent, a prolific China-based technology company, was recently labeled a company working with the Chinese military. For those unfamiliar with Tencent, it was started in 1998 and is known as the company that operates WeChat. Beyond its messaging services, it owns major stakes in representation of US companies in China, like NBA streaming and music distribution for Sony and Warner Music Group. It most notably owns major, and I mean major, stakes in the most popular video game companies in the world. Tencent owns a 35% stake in Epic Games, publisher of Fortnite, and became the complete owner of Riot Games, the publisher of Valorant. In a statement to CNN, Tencent called its inclusion on the list a mistake. "We are not a military company or supplier. Unlike sanctions or export controls, this listing has no impact on our business. We will nonetheless work with our Department of Defense to address any misunderstandings," a spokesperson said. The list, released by the Department of Defense, is an update to the Sanction 1260H of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021. Other entities on the list include Shenzhen DJI Innovation Technology Company Ltd, aka DJI, Huawei Technologies Co. Ltd, aka Huawei, and Shenzhen Consensus Science and Technology Co. Limited, or CONSYS. While inclusion on the list isn't necessarily going to cause any immediate changes to the operations of Tencent in the US, it definitely was a confusing choice to do so, while so much of the US population waits with bated breath to see if TikTok, which Tencent does not own, will get banned. The TikTok ban is looming, with its expected cutoff date to be January 19th, yes, this week. TikTok first entered the US via its acquisition of Musical.ly in November of 2017 for $1 billion. Investigations into TikTok began in November 2019, leading to the bans of TikTok from all military phones by January of 2020. Skipping forward, in July 2020, TikTok is banned in India, and the US president is publicly stating that he is considering banning TikTok. In December 2022, FBI director flags national security concerns of TikTok's algorithm, that is, it is able to be manipulated by Chinese officials for, quote, influence operations. In March 2024, a bill banning or requiring the selling of TikTok was brought to Congress and was passed by the House of Representatives. Next month, it was passed by the Senate and signed into action by Biden. We are now in the final countdown of the TikTok ban. So what is happening? Creators and viewers are scattering across the internet to find other short-form video applications where their favorite creator may end up posting. Rumors are flying about the potential buyers of TikTok, including Elon Musk, while others have heard that ByteDance has no intentions of selling TikTok. Several other Chinese-run applications have began trending in the different app stores, including TikTok competitor and Chinese-based application Xiaohongshu. Xiaohongshu, which translates to Red Note or Red Book, is basically the same functionality as TikTok, but with the majority of their user base being Chinese. Users have already started prodding the algorithm to see how heavily moderated the timeline is on the application, including posting about the Tiananmen Square massacre and other Chinese political issues. So far, these accounts are getting banned immediately. The formal ban of TikTok won't stop users from actually being able to use TikTok after January 19th. It would prevent users from getting updates of the application and security updates, as it would no longer be available through various mobile Play stores. It wouldn't be immediate, but eventually the last version of the app would be out of date and will stop working. Personally, I am actually for the ban of TikTok, but more because of how it's deeply harmed the attention spans and egos of the younger population, as well as degraded the internet in a really depressing way. I just feel like the quality of content on the internet has truly declined since its popularity rose. I also totally understand the concerns of Congress. There's a level of irony about users moving from one Chinese-based app to the other. But what do you think? Do you think TikTok being banned from the US is a good idea or a bad idea? I would really love to know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching ThreatWire for the week of January 13th, 2025. If you enjoyed this show and want to show some support, you can head over to patreon.com/ThreatWire. We really appreciate it. Did y'all catch the new episode of Hack 5? We're coming back with a lot of new content this year, beyond just ThreatWire, so please look forward to it. I know I ask this all the time, but what else do you want to see in the new year? Let me know in the comments. I'm always reading and I'm always listening. If you want to find me online, you can find me everywhere at endingwithali. I recently just posted a new YouTube video, which I linked down below. It's a short little watch. It's just my 2024 gift guide. I know it's 2025. I don't care. It's linked below, but as always, good luck, have fun, and don't get caught.